Chosen one, hear this very carefully, because what happened last night in the spiritual realm was not normal. Even the archangels were stunned, and yet you are still unaware of the magnitude of what unfolded for you. While you were sleeping, something ancient, something powerful, something written in your destiny was activated. A divine shift took place in your name. A door that was closed for years suddenly opened. A blessing that was delayed suddenly started moving. Your spirit was marked, your path was cleared, and your next chapter was released. You may feel confused, extra emotional, or strangely calm today. That's because your soul already knows what your mind has not caught up to. Heaven moved for you last night. The archangels witnessed it. And now, God is waiting for you to step into what has already been written. This message reached you for a reason. Nothing is accidental. Your calling is active now. Your destiny has begun. Before the video continues, do 3 things to align with this divine shift. Like the video, comment, "I am ready," and subscribe to send your signal to the universe. Last night, a spiritual door opened in your name. Last night, something happened around you that was far bigger than anything you could physically see or mentally understand, because the shift took place in the spiritual realm, not in the physical world. While your body was resting, your soul was not sleeping. A spiritual door that had been locked for years because of delays, struggles, past wounds, fear, and negative energy finally opened in your name. This wasn't just another night. This was the moment heaven decided you had waited long enough. You had suffered enough. You had learned enough. And you had grown enough. A divine permission slip was signed for you, clearing you to step into the life you were always meant to live. Imagine a gate that only opens after someone has silently passed every test. Tests of patience, faith, heartbreak, loneliness, strength, and resilience. You didn't even realize you were being tested, but the archangels did. They were watching. They saw you keep going on days you wanted to quit. They saw you smile through pain. They saw your heart break, but still stay pure. They saw you give love even when you received nothing in return. And last night, they witnessed that gate finally unlocking because your spirit proved you were ready for the next chapter. Today, you might feel a strange softness in your chest, a calmness that doesn't match your circumstances, or even emotions rising without a reason. That's because your soul already knows what your mind is only beginning to sense. Something that once blocked you, an emotional weight, a spiritual burden, or a hidden energy, was removed from your path. You are not imagining it if you feel lighter. You are not imagining it if you woke up with a quiet sense of hope, or a feeling that something has shifted. The universe has pushed away something that was draining you, delaying you, or standing in the way of your blessings. You didn't lose anything. You were freed from something. For years, your blessings were parked behind this closed door, waiting for the right moment to move. Last night was that moment. The timing finally aligned. The struggle finally made sense. God had been preparing the path, preparing your heart, and preparing your future. Nothing was wasted, not your tears, not your failures, not your disappointments. Every moment led to this unlocking. And now that the door is open, your life will begin to flow in ways it never has before. Opportunities will feel smoother, decisions clearer, intuition stronger, and your energy more protected. This is why you are being pulled toward this message today. Your spirit guided you here so you could understand what your soul already knows. That last night wasn't random, and you didn't wake up the same person. A major shift that was long overdue has finally taken place. The road ahead is clearer, your destiny is active, and the universe is now moving in your favor. Your new chapter has officially begun. A heavy burden was lifted off your spirit. For a long time, you've been carrying a weight that nobody could see, a heaviness that lived inside your chest, your thoughts, and your spirit. You handled responsibilities, kept moving, and showed up for life, but deep inside, there was a pressure you couldn't explain. You dealt with silent battles, like stress that didn't go away, fear that kept whispering in the background, overthinking that drained your energy, heartbreak that you pretended didn't hurt anymore, and loneliness that followed you even in a room full of people. You never told anyone how heavy it felt, because you didn't want to burden others. But last night, without you realizing it, something powerful happened. That invisible weight you were carrying was lifted off your spirit by divine intervention. This was not something you could have solved with just positive thinking, rest, or distraction. This burden was spiritual, and it needed spiritual hands to remove it. The Archangels stepped in because they saw you struggling quietly. They saw your strength slipping, your hope fading, and your energy getting weaker. They saw you trying to heal yourself, even when you had nothing left to give. So last night, they cut off a heavy energy that had been sitting on your soul for far too long, something you couldn't release no matter how hard you tried. And the moment it was removed, your spirit finally breathed again. That's why today you might feel lighter without knowing the reason. Your mind may feel clearer, like the constant noise suddenly got softer. You may feel a strange peace, even if nothing dramatic changed in your physical life. You may notice you're not overthinking as much. You may feel less emotional pressure, less confusion, less fear gripping your heart. This isn't a coincidence. This is the after effect of a spiritual burden being removed. When something heavy leaves your energy field, your soul immediately recognizes the freedom, even if your mind hasn't caught up yet. You might even feel moments of unexpected joy, sudden motivation, or the urge to clean, organize, or start something new. These are signs that your spirit has more space now. Space to grow, space to heal, space to receive blessings that were blocked earlier. Because that burden wasn't just emotional, it was blocking opportunities, clarity, love, and abundance from reaching you. You were doing everything right, but something unseen was slowing your progress. That blockage is gone now, dissolved by divine hands that knew exactly what needed to be removed. You went to sleep heavy, but you woke up lighter because last night heaven intervened on your behalf. Something was broken off your spirit, something that was not meant to follow you into your future. And now you are stepping into a chapter where your heart feels freer, your thoughts feel calmer, and your energy finally feels like your own again. This relief you feel isn't random. It's spiritual proof that the universe has cleared your path. Your soul is healing, your blessings can flow again, and you are finally rising without the weight you carried for so long. Someone who was not meant for you was released from your path. There are moments in life when someone who was never meant to stay ends up taking space in your heart, your thoughts, or your energy. Sometimes this person is not bad, but their presence is not aligned with your destiny. Their vibration, their intentions, or their path simply doesn't match where your soul is headed. And even when they leave your life physically, a part of them can remain attached energetically through memories, unanswered questions, emotional ties, or unfinished healing. You may not realize it, but their energy was quietly influencing your decisions, your emotions, and even your blessings. But last night, something powerful happened. God stepped in and removed every invisible thread, every lingering tie, every emotional attachment that was holding you back from stepping fully into your future. This disconnection didn't require a phone call, a conversation, or a confrontation. It happened spiritually, silently, and completely. You may notice today that someone who once felt important suddenly feels distant. You may not think about them as much. You may not feel the same emotional pull or attachment you once felt. Their name may cross your mind, but it no longer triggers the same feeling. That shift is not accidental. It's divine intervention. You are being delayed by a connection that was not meant to follow you into your next chapter. The Archangels stepped in because they saw something you couldn't see, that this person's energy was interfering with your growth, your peace, or your destiny. Sometimes the universe protects you by removing what you're unwilling to release. You may have tried to let go before and found yourself going back emotionally. You may have forgiven, waited, hoped, or wondered if things could change. But what you didn't know was that holding on to this connection, even just mentally, was blocking something bigger God prepared for you. Last night, that spiritual tie was cut completely. And because of that, you may wake up feeling mentally clearer, more grounded, or strangely neutral about someone who once affected you deeply. This release is not a loss, it's protection. Your path needed to be cleaned from anything that would have created confusion, heartbreak, or distraction later. The person removed from your energy field was not meant to walk into your blessings, witness your elevation, or be part of the future God designed for you. They served their purpose, taught their lessons, and now their chapter is closed. Not because of anger, but because alignment matters more than attachment. With this person gone energetically, your soul finally has the freedom to move forward. You will notice more clarity in your decisions, more peace in your emotions, and more strength inside your heart. You will feel your intuition becoming stronger because now there is no interference, no emotional fog, no lingering tie holding back your spirit. Your path is cleaner, your energy is lighter, and your heart is ready for what's meant for you. Their exit is not a punishment, it's preparation. Your next chapter needed space, and now that space has been created for you, you are no longer tied to the past. You are finally free to rise. A big blessing was prepared and assigned to your life. Last night, something extraordinary shifted in your favor. Something that you couldn't see with your eyes, but your soul instantly recognized. In the spiritual realm, a new blessing was officially assigned to your life. It was not random, it was not delayed, and it was not accidental. It was written into your spiritual file like a divine stamp of approval. This blessing is not something small or ordinary. It is something that can change the direction of your life, your mindset, your finances, your relationships, or your purpose. You may have been praying for a breakthrough, hoping for a sign, or waiting for a moment where everything finally begins to make sense. That moment was prepared for you last night. Today, you might feel something unusual, an unexplainable excitement, a calmness, or even a strange pressure in your chest that tells you something is coming. That feeling is not your imagination. It is your soul sensing the vibration of a blessing that is already moving toward you. The Archangels witnessed the moment your name was placed on a divine assignment. They saw the universe shift its energy around you. They saw your timeline being rewritten so that the blessing you once chased will now begin chasing you. That's why you may notice that your energy feels different today. You are stepping out of the phase of running behind things and stepping into a chapter where things start flowing toward you naturally. This blessing is not tied to one path. It can reach you through any doorway. It might come through a person you never expected, a message that changes your day, a sudden idea that lights up your mind, or an opportunity that appears without warning. Sometimes blessings don't come with loud announcements. They arrive quietly in small steps before becoming something big. The universe is working behind the scenes, arranging details, aligning timing, and directing people toward your path in ways you can't see yet. You may also notice your intuition becoming sharper. You might feel guided to change your routine. Take a chance, say yes to something new, or walk away from something that no longer serves you. That's because when a blessing is on its way, your spirit starts preparing for it. You begin feeling pulled toward decisions that align with that blessing, even if you don't consciously understand why. The shift that happened last night is pushing you gently but firmly into the direction of what is meant for you. This blessing is already active. It's already moving. It does not need your worry, your fear, or your panic. It only needs your openness and faith. You don't have to chase anymore. You don't have to struggle like before. The universe has entered the phase of delivery, not delay. And when something is assigned to your life spiritually, no person, no circumstance, and no energy can block it. All you need to do is remain aligned, stay receptive, and allow what is yours to reach you. Your rise has already begun. The blessing carrying your name is already on its way, and very soon you will understand why last night was the turning point your soul had been waiting for. Your spiritual rank was upgraded without you. Realizing, last night, something powerful shifted inside you on a level that most people never experience or understand. This shift wasn't physical, it was spiritual. Without you even knowing, your soul was lifted to a higher level of strength, awareness, and purpose. Chosen ones don't rise because of luck or chance. They rise because they endure storms that others would collapse under. They rise because they stay kind in a world that tries to harden them. They rise because they learn lessons that others avoid. Every tear you wiped quietly, every heartbreak you survived, every battle you fought alone, and every moment you kept going, even when you were tired. All of that was noticed in the spiritual realm. And last night, heaven decided you were ready for the next level. A spiritual promotion is very different from a life achievement. It cannot be earned through money, fame, followers, or physical success. It comes from strength of character, purity of heart, and growth of spirit. Last night, all the inner work you've been doing finally aligned. The Archangels stood with you as God acknowledged your journey. Not the parts others saw, but the parts no one saw. Your silent endurance, your hidden compassion, your quiet faith, your resilience when you could have given up. These were the reasons your spiritual rank was elevated. Today, you may feel different without understanding why. Your intuition may feel sharper. You may sense things before they happen, feel people's intentions more clearly, or understand situations faster. That's because spiritual upgrades increase awareness. You are now able to see through energies, not just words. You may also feel a deeper calm inside you, even if life isn't perfect. That calm is the sign of your spirit becoming stronger than your circumstances. You might even notice shifts in how people respond to you. Some may feel drawn to you, inspired by your presence, or strangely comforted when you speak. Others may feel intimidated, confused, or distant without any clear reason. That's not your fault. It's simply your upgraded aura interacting with their unhealed energy. Your light reached a level that some people cannot handle anymore, and that's okay. Their reaction doesn't define your growth. It reveals their level of readiness. With this new spiritual rank comes stronger protection. Attacks that once affected you will bounce off your energy. Negativity that used to drain you will no longer reach you the same way. Your dreams may become clearer, your thoughts more focused, and your heart more grounded. You will feel a stronger sense of purpose, even if you don't fully know what that purpose is yet. You are being aligned, guided, and prepared. This upgrade didn't happen because you asked for it. It happened because you earned it. Your spirit has matured. Your soul has healed in places you didn't even realize were wounded. You've outgrown old patterns, mindsets, and energies. And now, heaven has placed you at a higher level so you can walk into a future that matches your new identity. You didn't rise overnight. You rose over every night you survived. And last night, the universe finally crowned your effort. Your purpose is about to shine like never before. The attacks against you were seen and stopped. Every chosen soul faces silent battles that no one else sees. Energies that come from jealousy, negativity, hidden intentions, or people who smile in front of you but send negative thoughts behind your back. These attacks aren't always loud or obvious. Sometimes they show up as sudden anxiety, unexplained sadness, strange tension in your chest, constant tiredness, or opportunities slipping away for no reason. You may have felt drained, confused, or emotionally heavy without understanding why. These weren't random feelings. Your spirit was being affected by forces that didn't want to see you rise. But last night, everything changed. During the night, God stepped in with full authority. The attacks that were building around you, the negativity that was trying to reach you, and the hidden energies moving against you were all seen clearly by heaven. Nothing goes unnoticed spiritually. Not the jealousy behind your success, not the envy behind your kindness, not the manipulation behind someone's sweet words. Divine forces recognized what was targeting you, and before it could touch your destiny, it was stopped. Last night, the spiritual attacks were not only blocked, they were reversed. What was sent to drain you will now fade away, and what was meant to harm you will no longer come near your life. A powerful shield was placed over your energy, your success, your relationships, your future, and most importantly, your peace. This shield is not temporary. It is a divine protection that stays with you as you walk into your next chapter. You may wake up today feeling calmer without knowing why. You may feel more grounded, more stable, or more confident. You might feel your thoughts becoming clearer, your heart becoming lighter, or your spirit becoming stronger. That peace you're feeling is not random. It's a sign that the danger surrounding you last week is gone now. The storm has passed. The attacks have failed. When heaven protects you, no one can break that protection. You are not walking exposed anymore. The spiritual forces that once tried to slow you down can no longer enter your energy. People who held envy in their hearts will no longer have access to your spirit. Situations that once drained you will start losing power over you. You may notice certain people becoming distant or silent. You may notice situations no longer triggering you. This is not loss, it is spiritual safety. Anything that could harm you has been pushed out of your field. You are now walking with a divine covering. Your path is clearer, your purpose is protected, and your destiny is shielded. No negative thought, no hidden jealousy, no evil intention can touch what God has chosen for you. You are stronger than before, not because the attack stopped, but because heaven stepped in. You were never alone, but last night proved it in the deepest way. You are safe, you are protected, and you can now move forward without fear, because the forces that once surrounded you have been neutralized permanently. Your delayed blessings began moving toward you. For a long time, it may have felt like your life was stuck in slow motion. Opportunities slipped through your hands, money came and went without stability, relationships didn't move forward, motivation came in waves, and no matter how hard you tried, progress felt blocked. You may have wondered if something was wrong with you or if your timing was always off. But the truth is, your blessings were not denied. They were simply delayed. There was a spiritual blockage sitting in your path, slowing down your flow, creating unnecessary detours, and holding back things that were meant to reach you. Last night, that blockage was finally removed. This is why your energy might feel different today. Your thoughts may feel clearer. Your heart may feel more hopeful. You may sense a quiet excitement inside you, as if something good is about to happen. That feeling is real. Your blessings are no longer stuck. They are moving toward you, and they are moving fast. While you slept, the Archangels watched as your timeline shifted into alignment. The delays that once made you feel frustrated, tired, or forgotten have been pushed out of your path. You have stepped into a new flow, one where things begin to happen without constant struggle. In the coming days, you may experience sudden movement in different areas of your life. You might receive a call you weren't expecting. Someone may reach out with an opportunity. A new idea may come into your mind that feels powerful. A door that was closed may open suddenly. You may meet someone who changes your direction. Even small shifts, like renewed motivation, clarity about what to do next, or emotional strength, are signs that your blessings have started traveling toward you. Don't be surprised if things start aligning faster than you ever imagined. What used to take months may now take days. What used to feel heavy may now feel easy. Your destiny has been activated, which means life will stop resisting you and start assisting you. This is the phase of forward momentum. The universe is finally supporting your steps instead of testing your patience. You'll notice progress coming piece by piece, but steady and undeniable. Even your internal energy is changing. Your confidence will grow. Your decisions will feel more guided. Your intuition will pull you toward your next move. You will feel more grounded and stable, almost as if the fear of what if things don't work out has disappeared. That's because your spirit knows something your mind hasn't fully realized yet. Your blessings have already started traveling. Nothing in your past was a waste, not the waiting, not the setbacks, not the slow progress. Everything prepared you for this moment. You are now aligned with abundance, not delay, and the things that once felt impossible are about to become your reality. You are stepping out of stagnation and into acceleration. Your destiny is moving, and from this point forward, life will start flowing in your favor again. Your old identity was broken, and a new you was activated. There are moments in life when change doesn't happen gradually. It happens instantly, silently, and spiritually. Last night was one of those moments for you. Without you even realizing it, a part of your old identity finally broke away. The version of you that was carrying fear, doubt, insecurity, confusion, and emotional pain was released from your spirit. You didn't have to force it. You didn't have to fight for it. and you didn't have to understand it. The shift simply happened because you reached a point in your journey where the old energy could no longer survive in your spirit. The archangels stood with you as you stepped out of the person you used to be and stepped into the person your soul was always meant to become. You may notice today that you feel different, even if you can't explain how. Your mind may feel clearer, your heart may feel stronger, your decisions may feel more stable. You may feel more detached from old habits, old emotions, or old people who no longer match your growth. This is because the old version of you was removed from your path. The tired version of you, the one who questioned their worth, who held on to old pain, who doubted their purpose, that version has completed its chapter. It served its purpose, taught its lessons, and has now stepped aside, so a new version of you can rise. This new identity inside you is not just about confidence or maturity. It's a spiritual activation. You may feel more sure of yourself, more aligned with your goals, or more aware of what you want and do not want. You may suddenly feel uninterested in old situations that once entertained you. You may feel more protective of your peace, more selective with your energy, and more grounded in your decisions. This is the sign of a soul that has evolved. You're not becoming someone new. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. Your old identity was rooted in survival. It was shaped by pain, disappointment, and the experiences that forced you to grow before you were ready. But your new identity is built on strength, clarity, and purpose. You'll start noticing that you say no more easily when something doesn't feel right. You'll stop chasing things that don't align with your spirit. You'll feel less emotional attachment to people who are not healthy for you. You'll feel more inspired to move toward your dreams instead of waiting for the right time. Last night was the moment your spirit graduated. The archangels witnessed the transformation, not as a small shift, but as a complete activation of your higher self. You are becoming the person who can handle blessings, opportunities, love, success, and abundance. You are becoming someone who trusts themselves more deeply, listens to their intuition more clearly, and walks with confidence instead of fear. The person you were last week needed healing. The person you are today is ready to rise. Your new identity has awakened, and from this moment forward, you will feel your spirit guiding you with more wisdom and strength than ever before. The chapter of the old you is closed. A new you has begun, and this version is aligned with your destiny. Heaven is now waiting for you to walk into what was released. There are moments in life when change doesn't happen gradually. It happens instantly, silently, and spiritually. Last night was one of those moments for you. Without you even realizing it, a part of your old identity finally broke away. The version of you that was carrying fear, doubt, insecurity, confusion, and emotional pain was released from your spirit. You didn't have to force it. You didn't have to fight for it. And you didn't have to understand it. The shift simply happened because you reached a point in your journey where the old energy could no longer survive in your spirit. The archangels stood with you as you stepped out of the person you used to be and stepped into the person your soul was always meant to become. You may notice today that you feel different, even if you can't explain how. Your mind may feel clearer. Your heart may feel stronger. Your decisions may feel more stable. You may feel more detached from old habits, old emotions, or old people who no longer match your growth. This is because the old version of you was removed from your path. The tired version of you, the one who questioned their worth, who held on to old pain, who doubted their purpose, That version has completed its chapter. It served its purpose, taught its lessons, and has now stepped aside so a new version of you can rise. This new identity inside you is not just about confidence or maturity. It's a spiritual activation. You may feel more sure of yourself, more aligned with your goals, or more aware of what you want and do not want. You may suddenly feel uninterested in old situations that once entertained you. You may feel more protective of your peace, more selective with your energy, and more grounded in your decisions. This is the sign of a soul that has evolved. You're not becoming someone new. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. Your old identity was rooted in survival. It was shaped by pain, disappointment, and the experiences that forced you to grow before you were ready. But your new identity is built on strength, clarity, and purpose. You'll start noticing that you say no more easily when something doesn't feel right. You'll stop chasing things that don't align with your spirit. You'll feel less emotional attachment to people who are not healthy for you. You'll feel more inspired to move toward your dreams instead of waiting for the right time. Last night was the moment your spirit graduated. The Archangels witnessed the transformation, not as a small shift, but as a complete activation of your higher self. You are becoming the person who can handle blessings, opportunities, love, success, and abundance. You are becoming someone who trusts themselves more deeply, listens to their intuition more clearly, and walks with confidence instead of fear. The person you were last week needed healing. The person you are today is ready to rise. Your new identity has awakened, and from this moment forward, you will feel your spirit guiding you with more wisdom and strength than ever before. The chapter of the old you is closed. A new you has begun, and this version is aligned with your destiny.